Well, if you haven't seen the start of last episode, it is the same message today. We just simply need to, well, it's not very simple, definitely not with the position we're in. We need 3 points. We need it from anywhere. We need it right now. As welcome back, guys, to the Nottingham Forest Career Mode, Season number 2, Episode number 4. And Season number 2 it isn't going the greatest, is it? As today, we're going to start off with games which, in my opinion, are definitely winnable. These teams are doing well in the league, but we were doing well last year, and we've got a really good team, but we're not this year. Anyone can beat anyone if we put our minds to it. As if you haven't seen the last one, there's a spoiler for you. A spoiler and a half. It's really spoiled my day looking at that again because that was terrible. We forget about that. That Brighton game is the turning point. We've had deadline day. We've got our set squad, so let's go with it. As it's Sheffield Wednesday, newly promoted away to start off with. Then Rotherham, another newly promoted team who are flying. Swansea, Bournemouth and Stoke, as I think I'm definitely going to play Wednesday. They are around us in the league to the start, as I might play Swansea and I might play Bournemouth, or I might play Bournemouth and Stoke. I think Bournemouth's going to be in there as well. I think it's going to be Swansea, Bournemouth and Sheffield Wednesday, actually looking at the table. Simulate the better teams, play the ones that are around us in the league, because we've got to try and beat these teams in 6-pointers. Got to get to winning ways, as we're going to start off with this game straight away. Scout reports in. 2 youth players who, to be fair, looks okay, but I'm not going to be in a rush to sign them. I'll use our own youth. 15th place at Sheffield Wednesday, and that's not fair. We've got to play. Hang on, we've got to play with our players on international duty. That is not fair. With the battle we're in, how is this even allowed? Oh, this is a great start to the episode I didn't expect, but we're going to have to go with a slightly rotated side in a really big game for us. However, there is a debut in between the sticks for a player who, of course, doesn't get international caps anymore. Once did and got a lot. Jack Butland in the goal, with Drager, Worrell, Eberso at the back, making his debut under myself. As Cole stays at left back, it's Yates, Ojeda and Carvalho in the midfield 3, with Wallace on the wing, Lacardia through the middle just over Taylor, and Marcus Paulo making his second appearance in a Forest shirt. A really bad one to start off with against Brighton, but needs to improve from that. Hit the post, I feel like, as it's a new formation, just kind of to suit him and kind of to get us down the wings a little bit more, as we're away at Hillsborough. And they've even got the banner out of Barry Bannon. That's a tongue twister for you. As it's Cameron Dawson in goal, Kieran Brennan, my voice going, Dominic Aorfa, Che Dunkley and Said Berahino, of course, join them, as it's him at left back. Bannon, Adrianan and Sow in the middle. Patterson, Windass and Brown. Patterson on the wing's a weird one, but Saudio Berahino's playing at left back for the Owls. Okay. Don't understand why we're not in the red kit as well, but we're going to have to do with what we've been given, as it's now Brown straight away on the ball. This is a winnable game, if I do say so myself. New formation, who dis? As it's Jed Wally straight away on the ball. Puts it around the corner, looking for João Carvalho. Early pressure straight away, please. Thank you. As it's in the middle to Brilliant Ojeda. Is that handball? No, it isn't. Nothing given. Slipped into João Carvalho with a shot and in the top bins. 4 minutes in. You can see we want to get out of this relegation zone now. It's João Carvalho, the Portugueser, in the middle, who gets us off the mark. Great start to this game. Just running at Saudio Berahino. He can't defend. I don't know why he's there. Great finish. Okay, that's not the start I expected with the horrific last game, but to be fair, we do need a reply, and this would be great. Get out of the relegation zone first, then we think about playoffs. Maybe I'm getting ahead of myself a little bit too much, but we've got a dream. As now it's Brown down the wing into Sow. It's a 1-2 right there as Josh Windass in the middle. Oh, and of course, I have got ahead of myself. So it's 1-1 straight away at Hillsborough. An exciting start to this game for the neutral, but not for us. It's Adrianan in the middle. Good finish, I suppose. It's a 1-2 down the line. No one reads it. Mohamed Drake's got to do better, and no one in the middle. Ryan Yates, just follow him. Jack Butland will not get that debut clean sheet. However, we just need to build straight away. It was a bright start from us, but both teams scoring on their first attacks as Carvalho turning the corner into Brian Ojeda again. Jed Wallace. I am liking this formation, I've got to say that, as it's a good ball into João Carvalho. Keep that alive, Worrell. Oh, Windass wins it. Callum Patterson to run down the wing. The Scotsman, the flying Scotsman, as it's into the middle. Drager gets a push in the back. Nothing given, but still gets the ball away, as now Marcos Paulo. First touch for him in this game. Can he do some good? The, of course, really good wonder kid joining us for 11 million from Atletico Madrid, as Jed Wallace turns out. He's going to look for Jurgen Locadia just into his feet. Locadia now trying to turn and twist away. Gives it to Jed Wallace. Good whip into the box. Paulo's up for it. Brennan with the head away. Can't mark them down for their effort in this game. You can see we are scrapping to try and get at them as well. That's a good turn though. Callum Patterson into the box. Brennan drops it off to Adrian, and Josh Windass has a chance to shoot. Brian Ojeda with a block. He loses the ball. And Butland has to save as Mohamed Drager's pulled up, I think, just there. That's not good. That's why he wasn't coming across. So I've got to get him off the right back. And I think he can't play it right back him. Levi Colwell is my versatile man at the moment. Yeah, Eberso can't play that. I'm going to swap Colwell and give Williams a chance. If a player hasn't played in a while, I'd rather him come on for his first game, Williams, in his comfortable position. So Colwell will change. He's been good at versatility, as that's a good tackle in the box though. We've not kept it, and it's finished by Windass. We have gone from 1-0 up to 2-1 down, and I cannot believe this is happening. Josh Windass with the strike. We stay in the gutter. It's our own fault. We do not clear the cross, and it's a 1-2 on the edge of the box. I think it's Che Dunkley, and Jack Butland's got absolutely no chance. To be fair, it is a screamer from close in. Josh Windass burying it. Not good, as now Brian Ojeda on the ball again. It's a relegation scrap at the moment, as now Jurgen Locadia turns out. Gives it into Marcos Paulo. Can he find the man at the back post pointing for it? Jed Wallace running in. Crossing just ain't working. It's obvious to see how much we're missing the big man in the middle, as we are very lucky he was offside there. Ebeso with the dodgy pass, as Ben Williams in the middle. Now onto João Carvalho, through to Jurgen Locadia and Jed Wallace. Get running, mate. Come on, get running. As Jed's going to look for a cross. Locadia finally getting readied in the middle, but it's going to go over him. Paulo was underneath it. Carvalho. And Locadia is just an observer of the whole move, not going for it. However, he's touched that on to Jed Wallace. Paulo's at the back post. It's whipped in deep towards him. Brennan away. And one additional minute in this first half, as at least we've proven we can score goals. Now, however, we don't want to go 3-1 down at the end of this. Jack Butland's come a long way, and we're glad that he messed that pass up. Locadia just hoof it. You have been atrocious in that first half, as the referee brings it to an end at 2-1. What changes do we make? I don't know if there is any. Is Locadia actually faster than Taylor? He isn't. It's better at everything else, apparently. But we're going to keep it as it is for now. Maybe I'll try Marcos Paulo up front, but we'll just keep on going. There's Dominic Aorfa in the middle straight away. He gives a pass on to Barry Bannon, and Josh Windass over the top. It's into Callum Patterson, trying to stand him up with Ben Williams. He's not done well around the corner. Ben Williams to just receive the ball right here, and he's going to try and run out, drill a pass across. That's just summing up our season. Passing absolutely atrocious, as Josh Windass, he skipped past us. It's a foul on the edge of the box. Advantage given as Joe Worrell trying to come across. Barry Bannon, that's too easy. That is way too easy for Callum Patterson to turn us in the box, as it's 3-1 to the newly promoted Sheffield Wednesday. This could be a worse result than Brighton. Embarrassment so far. We're not even going to want to watch that replay. Jack Butland looked distraught in goal. Not the best of debuts for the ex-England international, as Brian Ojeda runs straight into his man instead of releasing it. Passing is so crap on career mode, as Josh Windass with a 1-2. It's through to Brown. Ryan Yates has to turn rather uncomfortably right there in the middle, as we're still searching for another goal. Brian Ojeda, can he spring that out wide to Jed Wallace? He can. I don't have any trust in Locadia getting his head on this, but I'll try and whip it in. Can't even beat the first man this time. It's now Marcos Paulo. I'm going to move him up front in the next couple of minutes, as João Carvalho made a good run through, just couldn't reach João. Jurgen Locadia chasing after it. He's coming off the field, definitely. I think he might be our third choice striker now, as Jed Wallace to just travel with this ball forward, gives it into Jurgen Locadia, and that is just summing him up. How terrible of a striker do you have to be to not make a 2-yard pass? He's even released Sheffield Wednesday on this attack, whipped into the box. Callum Patterson's very tall. Ben Williams does well to reach that one, as now it's on to João Carvalho. Trap that off into the side. Brewery and Jada now. Switch that out wide to Paolo. As is he going to get this? He's not. It's going to actually be Brennan who robs it off of us, and Dominic offer to play it out comfortably. What a terrible game. Jade Dunkley with the ball right here in the middle. He passes it off to Dominic Iorfa, trying to smart turn us, but he's going backwards, and I don't know where he's going. Can we get a tackle in somehow? Nope, still turned us into Adrianan, who's going backwards towards his goalkeeper, Sheffield Wednesday. You've got to say they are time wasting right here. However, they go forward straight into Ben Williams. Turn correctly, May. Oh, what a horrific turn from the Barnsley ex-left back as he's going to be running at us. It's a ball in the box. It's Josh Windass. It is 4. It is 4. It's all come from the left back's mistake. Josh Windass gets a brace, and it's another 4 goals conceded to Sheffield Wednesday. I know some people will be buzzing about this. Alex Hunt for a start, the Grimsby Town loanee, but what a terrible move. Came out to put the pressure on Butland, straight past him. Going to be another L. Just doesn't seem like the team's gelling, does it? As Adam Forshaw now doing the running down the wing. Honestly, if it's Adam Forshaw running down the wing, the 31-year-old, you know you're not doing that well this season, as Worrell doesn't win the header. There's captain not leading by example at all, as Tom Delibashiriu runs straight out of play. Throwing for us, it's Ben Williams. Why is he taking it from the right-hand side? I will not know. It's all over the place. The tactics need to go. The formation doesn't look like it's worked right here. Going more defensive, conceded 4, and it could be 5. Saudio Berahino forward this time. Chip over the top. Are we going to get there, Williams? We are for once. I'm going to try and pass it out as Worrell just whack that. Should be full time, and is. It's a 4-1 defeat on the road to Sheffield Wednesday, and that was honestly horrific. Where do we go from here? As we have hit a new low. We've hit a new high with his manager rating somehow, but Derby picked up points. We are now rock bottom of the championship. How does the goal difference look and everything? I'm guessing not good, -9. We've got to rely on Swansea losing. We've got to play Swansea as well, because that is a huge game, as we're going to sim Rotherham United, now below Sheffield Wednesday, who, to be fair, are doing well, but we should be doing well. We should be winning the league with the team we've got. We've lost us right back as well for 4 weeks, which just adds to the amazing start to the season, doesn't it? As we're going to have to try and find another one from somewhere. Maybe just use one of these players. Not one of those, but one of these, I meant. Can't even get that right. As Jenkinson. Yeah, we might have to go with him, but we're definitely getting his first team players back in. Jonas, should I say. Wind, straight up front. I'm going to give Cleverly a chance, because Ajeda, that was his first off game of the season, I've got to say. Forshaw coming out, and Brennan Johnson coming in alongside Tom Rogic, who I might give a chance to, as the team is Butland, Jenkinson, Worrell, McKenna and Colwell, Yates and Cleverly, Carvalho in the middle with Wallace, Wind and Paolo. As the only player really asking to play at the moment is Tom Rogic, but Carvalho's the only goal scorer at the moment, so he's going to be in the team. Simulation straight away. Please don't let us down against Rotherham. This should be the first win of the season, but it's a 1-1 draw. Jonas Wind, can't even get his name right anymore. And Wiles with the goal for the Millers. At least we avoided defeat. I'm surprised his manager rating's still going up as well, but we'll take it, as it looks like Swansea must have got a win. They have come away from the relegation battle. As yet, they have pulled away a little bit in 17th, as Tom Rogic, he just keeps speaking about his fitness. I don't know if you're going to play. Let's just see what happens. You can't be carrying any passengers, was the other thing to say. That might have been a fitting thing as well. As do we play him? Just to shut him up, let's put him in. I'm going to take Carvalho out as well, which is concerning, but at least we can keep him for maybe a harder game, I guess, as it's only the one change. Tom Rogic, if we don't win, we've got to change something, haven't we? So we'll stick with this formation, say Sheffield Wednesday was a one-off, and beat the Swans in Wales. Only 6 goals scored, the graphic shows right there. Bottom of the league, joint with Sunderland, who of course are still picking up points along with their low goals, so you can't fault them. We've got to be better this season than we have been already. Still, this is our 9th game of the season. We haven't won one of them. We're expected to come top 2 in the league. I mean, we'll do very well if we keep this job at this rate, as I'm just waiting to see this Swansea lineup. It's going to be an exciting one, I'm guessing, because It's going to be a big game, isn't it? Hopefully no Said Berahino at left back for them as we're shaking hands finally. Might show us the team right here. I've been waiting for it. As it's Ben Hamer, Joel Latte, as I call him, Kyle Norton, Ryan Bennett, Scott Butler, Ryan Manning at 5 at the back with Nitcham, Downs and Fulton, Lino and Mikel Obafemi. At least there's no Jamie Patterson. He was the player I couldn't deal with last time out at the Swansea.com stadium, the Liberty as it's actually known, as we need to try and get a result right here straight away. Jenkinson's still in the team. Want to see how he plays. Haven't used him in game in absolutely ages, as Tom Rogic straight away on it. Has to drop it off to Yates. Now on to Jonas Wind. Early goal, please, like Chef Wednesday. It's a good ball over the top. Wind with an overhead kick. And Bennett with a block, as Wind's already got injured from that. Jonas Wind's going to have to come off in the first 2 minutes. You can see he's still down on the floor. It's going to be Lacardia. What a start. It's an uphill battle from now. I feel like I've lost the game with that injury. I really did feel like, I have still, because I do play the crossing game with this Notts Forest team, and without a target man, it's going to be quite hard, as Levi Colwell keeping it in. Yates, now onto Tom Rogic, who goes to chip it over the top, looking for Jed Wallace. This is going to fall to Rogic again, wins his header. You can see he's kind of up for it, as Joel Latibutere gets in the way there, though. Got to be better than that. 15 minutes in, a corner ball for Swansea as well right here. Is how they're going to whip this in. Number 19 in front of him. Oliver Nitcham, deep. McKenna, clattered by his own centre-back, Joe Worrell, who stayed down as well. The captain and the top scorer are injured in the first 20 minutes away here in Wales. What a start this is, as we're going to have to sub him off, aren't we? Yep. Like Ibeso to come on. We've already made 2 changes. Uphill battle already as Ryan Bennett, ex-Grimsby Town player, gets the ball right there away as Obafemi takes a couple of steps back and doesn't go forward. It's now Downs on it. We're almost half an hour into this one. To be fair, I'll take it being level so far. I expected a lot worse with the injuries we've had, however. I might have spoke into existence. Obafemi into Carl Jenkinson. Oh, quick 1-2 right there, and Butland absolutely clatters the striker. Love that from cheeky Jackie Butland, as now it's through the middle onto Ryan Yates. Lacardia, spread that out wide please, as that's a great chip over the top into Jed Wallace, who's going to run around the houses. Lacardia's in front of his man, Jurgen Lacardia, saved! Oh, what a stop! Should have done a lot better, as now Ryan Yates in the middle. It's across to Jurgen Lacardia, who has to turn back into Yates again. Look at that, cheeky little chip. Lacardia's actually doing okay today. I mean, maybe because he knows he's got a last chance, as that's a whipped in ball from Jed Wallace. All he's doing is putting them balls into the danger zone. I actually am loving Jed Wallace. He's doing what he's told, but not Tom Cleverley. He has not been it this season. He's got the captain's armband as well since Joe Worrell's gone off, as now Downs with a 1-2 right there. Mikel Obafemi trying to get around us right here. Scott McKenna's missed his tackle. It's Obafemi still going into the box now. He's going to try and reach it back. No, he isn't. Ibeso's going to put a challenge in. And I'd really like to see this at 0-0 at half-time, but it's another corner ball. Please get this away. Lino with a header over the bar. A very difficult challenge, this one, as now Lacardia has it again. Finds Jed Wallace. Can he cut inside himself for once? Tried. Ran straight into Butler, and I think it's going to be half-time. Yes, 0-0. With the injuries we've had to arguably our 2 best players in this squad at the moment, I'm going to take this all the way to the bank. It would be really good to get a goal, wouldn't it? There's Mikel Obafemi right here as well, starting this second half off with the ball through the middle. Lino! Oh, Butland. Right. Scrap everything I said at half-time. We're already 1-0 down in Wales in this second half. It's not an injury, but it's a goal this time. How is your luck? It's a 1-2 round the corner. Ibeso dives in, but Jack Butland really should be saving that one, shouldn't you? Terrible effort. Will it be another winless game? Who knows? As Lino on the ball in our box as well. McKenna trying to mark his man. Gets a tackle in. But it's a 1-2 round the corner. Into Obafemi right here, who strikes the crossbar on the angle. Okay, boys, we need to calm down. We need to actually get a foothold in this game. This is not turning out very well for us, as now it's Jed Wallace on the wing. What can Wallace do right here? He's going to have to cut back. Has he got any support from the middle? Not really. Tom Cleverley stretches on his pass into Rogic, into Jurgen Lacardia. Chip that over the top to Paolo, as he needs to get more involved in games. An 11 million signing. Not really doing it. And Derby have just had it levelled up against them with QPR. That's a good result in our terms. However, still it's a point for the rivals and a point for the relegation battle rivals. Never mind just the derby day, as now Lino with the ball into Nicham. Chance to get it round the corner. McKenna with a good touch. 20 minutes left. We've only got one sub as well remaining, which is going to be very hard to make, because of course you usually like to freshen the team up at the end of the game. As Jed Wallace running around the corner right here. He's got a good run in, tries to chip the keeper. He had to do it himself. Just not working out for him though, as now Jurgen Lacardia around the corner. Jed Wallace with another chance. Cracks it. Hamer not convincing. Does get there in the end. Jed Wallace has woken up the team a little bit. He is the man in the driving seat for us. As now Lacardia tackled though. He's had one shot, and I've said he's been okay this game, but he really hasn't, as he's on this ball though. What can he do with this? Jed Wallace making a run. Can he get there? I mean, it's a good touch from Wallace. Tries to cut back inside. He's got men at the edge of the box. Drills it in. Falls over. Just not good enough, as now Tom Rodgick as well. We've got 10 minutes to salvage maybe a point at this time of the game, as Ryan Yates running very slowly. Has to give it back to Tom Rodgick. He has to be in the team. Asks for a crack from him right there, as Tom cleverly keeps the ball though. Out to Wallace, whips it in. It were a good whip in, that one. Lacardia, you need to put more effort into that, mate. With the place we're in, you can't be letting defenders just jump to headers above you. Jonas Wind would not do that. As now Lino passes it back, still 5 minutes left. As now Scott McKenna on it, the centre-back literally trying to parade us forward, as now Tom Rodgick. Lacardia trying to make a tricky run. Here he is, Jurgen Lacardia. Good save, Hamer. Oh my days, that was the moment, and Jurgen has missed it. Oh, I think if it fell to Wind, it would have been a good one. A very, very edgy game against Swansea. We could have got something, we could have, but it's 9 games without a win in the Championship so far. The league we're expected to win, with no wins. And yet again, it's back to the drawing board. Middlesbrough fall in the zone. Derby have climbed themselves out, as we are 4 points away from safety. We're not going to get that with draws, are we? As Tom Rodgick is on about the contract situation. There's plenty of time, mate. You're only thinking money with the place that the squad's in, and you're thinking about your contract. I want to sell him for that. That's really triggered me, Joe. That's really triggered me. Joe Worrell out for 5 days. Jonas Wind out for 3 months. 3 months without Jonas Wind. Oh my days, I don't know what that was. A battle cry from it. As I think I'm going to have to play Marcus Paulo up front, aren't I? I can't trust Jurgen Lacardia all season round. I just can't. My temper, oh not my temper, but just my mental capacity cannot take that, as I'm going to make a couple of changes for the next game. Of course I am. We need to. As Rodrigo Eli returns to training, so Worrell's only out for 5 days, but at least we do have a replacement if we need to utilise him, as it's Bournemouth next as well. Bournemouth, as we've got another loan deal in for Shelby. I'll accept that, don't care where he goes. And a transfer offer in from Norwich for Tom Rodgick right here. Now I just said I might sell him for what he said. I think now would actually be a good time. I'm going to accept that deal. 2.9 million. He's in his last year of his contract. And speaking of contracts, you know, speaking of contracts, our players in this position, well, we've got a lot of players who are out of contract at the end of this year. With the position we're in the league, it's going to be very hard to keep hold of some of these good ones, like Brennan Johnson. Will he want to be in League 1 if we get relegated? Joe Lolly, Carvalho, Ryan Yates. Cleverly's retiring anyway, but it's going to be very hard to keep hold of these if we do go down. Cafu, even he'd be used in League 1, but we won't have him. It's more concerning news as Bournemouth, 18th, we're at the City Ground this time. For the first time this episode, I feel like I'm going to play this one and hopefully get a win. As do we go with the team I'm going to get? Actually, I'm not going to play Joe Lolly, I'm going to play Brennan Johnson. I'm going to go for a bit more speed on the left wing. We've got Crossing on the right, speed on the left, and then we've got Marcus Paulo up front, who I don't expect anything from with the position we're in, of course, but we're going to, of course, give it a huge go, as Butland's still in the goal, just, with Jenkinson at right back because Drake is still being out. Joe Worrell, McKenna and Cole at the back, Ryan Yates and Ojeda with Carvalho just in front, Jed Wallace, Marcus Paulo and Johnson. Hopefully the Portuguese can link up in this game, just being one behind the other, just supporting each other. And the fans, despite us being bottom of the league, you can see they are all here in attendance. Just a big round of applause to those Nottingham Forest fans. A round of applause to you guys for sticking with this series so far. If you're a Forest fan, this must be torture. I mean, they've come out of it in real life, at least you can say that, as now it's Will Dennis in goal, Zeno Ibsen Rossi, Steve Cutt, Lloyd Kelly and Emre Cormet at the back, with Ryan Christie, Jefferson Lerma and Gavin Kilkenny in the midfield. Yes, it is, with Junior Stanislas, Ize and Glover up front. They've lost the likes of Dom Solanke, it looks like, and of course Dan Juma left in real life. Bit weaker, I don't mind it. I don't mind if it works into our favour as Ize straight away on the ball. Gives it out to Glover right here. Tried to put a tackle in. Glover's gone straight past us. It's Danny Glover. Overhead kick. Butland has to save. What a dodgy start to the game that is. Imagine if he conceded that. I would have just conceded the whole game to them as Jed Wallace trying to run away. That's definitely a handball, but Jed Wallace still fighting for it. Ref! Come on! Oh, your whistle. It was a handball and I didn't get round him. The advantage stood. It should have kept on going, and then we should have got a free kick for it, as now Carl Jenkinson drilling forward, uses Jed Wallace right here. Can he get a 1-2 and go around his man? He's not really moving, but Paolo is through the middle. Good footwork from him, but still can't get his pass off. Something I've noticed about Marcus Paolo is not a passer. Gotta watch out for him, as now João Carvalho, couple of footsteps, puts it through now onto Ryan Yates, as Yates is going to pass it back in the middle to Carvalho. Around the side, Biri Najeda's got a bit of a chance to shoot over the bar. Not too bad, as now Junior Stanislas trying to run at us right here. He's actually morphed past us, as now Ryan Christie gives it to Kilkenny, and oh, what a tackle, Jed Wallace. If there's one player giving it everything for this badge at the moment, who's been in relegation scraps before, knows what it's like, it's Jed, as now Joe Worrell, yes, gets a pass away onto Yates, tries to drills it out wide. Terrible pass though, and we're just giving Bournemouth the ball back. Just gifting. Now Kilkenny with a chip over the top. It's into Danny Glover right here. Chance for Bournemouth. Easy block, and now Bririan to run away with it. Can we use Jed Wallace at the side? I'm actually looking at Paolo through the middle though, as we're going to drill it towards him. Easy for Lloyd Kelly. Now Jefferson Lerma put one out to Stanislas really quick. It's Bournemouth coming at us, and it's a corner ball. Half an hour in. To be fair, it's still 0-0, which isn't the worst thing in the world, as it's going to be whipped in front post. Brennan Johnson put his head where it hurts. I saw a big karate kick coming at him right there, as now Ibsen Rossi across to Kilkenny. We're just ganging up on him. Kilkenny is the man to tackle, as now Ryan Yates to try and run forward. Gives it into Carvalho. Spreads it wide to Jed Wallace. Great ball that. Knock it in front and run. We've got Paolo in the middle. Jed Wallace putting everything in. Oh, and it's an easy save really for Will Dennis. Good work though, as Levi Colwell puts everything into winning the header. Him and Jed Wallace, the new signings, doing everything they can for the club, as Jed Wallace spins inside. Great spin. Goes for a shot. Off the post. What a save from Dennis, should I say. What a stop. As now we've got to try and get another chance off. It's Carvalho from miles out. Just hits Cook in the face, but what a chance for Jed Wallace. I can't believe he got fingertips. Can't make it double digits without a win, can we? I mean, the game's trying everything to make sure it doesn't happen, as that's Stanislas. It could not be happening right here. It's Kilkenny and it's Jack Butland with a huge stop just before half-time. Unlike Swansea, though, we need to carry it on, and we need to keep it at half-time 0-0. Header away, as there we go. Made it. I mean, this team is our strongest apart from Jonas Wind, and it's proving to be right here. It's one of our best performances of the season. Just need a goal to win it. As it's now Wallace straight on the ball again, on the wing. Everything is just coming through this guy, as he's going to put it back in the middle onto Brewery and Ajeda. Jed Wallace making a move. Paolo's in the middle. That's a actual terrible ball from Jed Wallace, I've got to say. Doesn't beat the first man, as now Comrade to get it out. We haven't conceded this early on. Better than Swansea. As now Easy puts the ball out to Junior Stanislas again, as he's the man who's doing everything for Forest, for Bournemouth, as we've got a touch on that, and now we've got a touch away. Go on, João. Keep on going, João Carvalho. Can we get support from the left winger, Brennan Johnson? He has the pace. Can he bring the pace to the party? He's going to try and turn in right here, or a bit of a nudge from the defender, but still keeps the ball. That's good from Brennan. Ajeda, smart turn. On to Jenkinson. Paolo making a run through the middle. He needs support in the box, and never offside. Absolutely never, ever, as we need to get that ball. No, Cook gets absolutely clattered in the process, and he's actually stayed down with an injury. Not good from João Carvalho, but to be fair, it was a 50-50 ball, as Gonna keep on carrying on. It's Lloyd Kelly. We've got this game. Come on. Jenkinson gets a tackle in at right back. Drilled in the middle to Joe Worrell. We need a win. We desperately need a win to get out of this rut and to actually make sure we're not still bottom of the table. Because even if we do win, we're not out of the relegation zone as Jed Wallace on the ball. Finds a pass back into Marcus Paolo. Does very smart footwork to keep the ball right there as Jenkinson now. What can Carl Jenkinson do? He's going to be allowed to run it himself. Out to Jed Wallace. Lets the ball run past him. Wallace, come on. Into Jenkinson. Can he whip in a ball? It's a decent one. Brennan Johnson arriving. Ryan Yates, that's got to be a handball. No. And Ben Pearson has come on for Lewis Cook. And Christie's gone off, actually, so there must be a couple of subs. As now Glover with a pass inside. Come on, do not concede. I mean, a 0-0 draw is not what we want against a struggling Bournemouth, but we're the most struggling team in the league ourselves. So I guess it's what we've got to take as Jefferson Lerma round to Junior Stanislas into Pearson right there as Brewery and Ojeda jumps on that. Come on, let's go forward. Oh, Ojeda, not the time to lose the ball on the turn. I mean, it was a good turn, a turn that we needed to make, but the player just nipped him right there, didn't he? As Yates, come on, he's very lucky to get that pass off as Paolo down the line. It's into Brennan Johnson. Support in the middle, please. Support in the middle. Brennan Johnson trying to turn. Come on, mate, you're not messy. I thought he'd do it quicker than that, as now it's out wide. It's Junior Stanislas. It's into Ize. We need support in the middle. Someone mark him. Great tackle from Joe Worrell, though, as now Johnson's going to run it again. Drilled through into Marcus Paolo. Struggles to keep the ball, and we've lost it again. 3 minutes of this game left, and Bournemouth just keeping hold of this ball. It looks like they want to draw as much as us at the moment. To be fair, I'd take it in this game as Stanislas. Oh, smart turn past Colwell, though. He's in the middle. It's a block. It's still not away. It's Junior Stanislas. Edge of the box, easy. As can we get a tackle in? No, it's through, and a big save from Butland. And he catches the ball as it does end 0-0 against Bournemouth at home. It's not a defeat, but it's yet another game without a goal. Struggling to score at the moment. I think it's time for a formation change as well again. I feel like the defence is sorted, not the strikers. I don't think we swap places with Cardiff after that as well. I think we do stay where we are. Yep, we do. Hull City dropping in the zone right here. Derby still failing to win, but it's 10 games now without a victory. Only 5 draws in the league and 5 defeats as Mohamed Drague's been cleared. That's a good sign, but we play 3rd place Stoke next. That is not. Imagine if we got our first win of the league season in this game, though. That would be absolutely massive. As I don't think we've got any more players back, do we? No. These injuries are recovering, and imagine if Taylor just hurries it up, we'd have everyone available, and then there's no excuse at all. But to be fair, there's no excuses at the moment, as I'm going to make a couple of subs for the simulated game. I'm going to up the ratings, cleverly coming in, and Joe Lolly for Brennan Johnson and Ojeda. Didn't have bad games, but you've got to rotate with the position we're in. As, come on, 3rd place Potters. Imagine if this is our first win of the season, please. It's a 2-2 draw, which isn't too bad. Actually dominated the game as well, as Jed Wallace got a 3rd minute goal. Then Brown replies. Then Brown got a brace to make it 2-1 to Stoke. But then the Forest come back through Marco Paolo's first goal of for the club. Yet another draw. Yet another draw. Still sunk to rock bottom as Rogic has been sold as well. Tom Rogic has left the club. I can't remember how much we signed him for. I think we've made a loss, but I don't care about profit margins and losses at the moment. Money's okay, it's just form that is not good at the moment. As Horvath, what are you doing in the reserves, mate? I'm going to put Ojeda on the bench. Forshaw might have to try and take his position there as well, as I think this is the end of the episode right here, guys. A mid-par month, I've got to say. We've sunk to bottom of the league, but at least we haven't lost as many games as usual. Still rock bottom, mind you, as let's have a look at this calendar, shall we? Yeah, actually, it's not too great, is it? 2 defeats and 3 draws. At least we're scoring more goals in as draws, as it's Coventry, Birmingham, Brentford, West Brom, Bristol next episode. Not easy games at all, but at least we know we're underdogs. Thank you guys for watching this episode. Still not out of the rut, but I feel like we can get out of this. Like, comment, share and subscribe with the notification bell on as well. That motivates me. 1, to get to 4K subscribers, which we're aiming for before the end of the year. And 2, to try and win some bloody games. Apart from that, take care and thank you so much for still watching. In a bit, and peace.